Hi, and welcome to Business Advisory and Tax Tips. Today, I'll update you on the latest on the stimulus bill. But first, I'm Michelle Burke, coming to you live from Annapolis, Maryland. Many of you know that after 30 years as a CPA and corporate tax accountant, I went out on my own and created Health and Taxes. There are only two things certain in the world: death and taxes. I'm here to help you flip that to health and less taxes. Today, as in every Wednesday, I come to you at 5 o'clock to bring you some business advice or tax tips or update you on the stimulus. Last night, President Biden went out and addressed the town hall, held a town hall meeting. So I'm going to give you some highlights from that, especially with regards to how that impacts the stimulus. But first, I wanted to let you know that I have a new blog page on my website, and I've got 2 blog posts up. So please go out on my website, check out my blogs. They are business advice and tax tips. I'll be bringing you a new blog every month. So please go out there and sign up for my newsletter so that you can get that each month as it comes out. I would appreciate it. So I will post this also in the comments when I finish here, but I do have it posted below for right now. So today will be a fairly quick update on what's going on. So President Biden was in Wisconsin yesterday for a town hall meeting. One of the first promises he made was that the stimulus number 3, will be out and signed by March 14th. So let's hope that he can keep good with that promise. He also promised that of the $10 million of jobs lost since the pandemic, 7 million new jobs will be created this year. He stated that vaccines for every American that wants them should be provided and available and given prior to July 31st. That's the goal. Schools will be opening within his first 100 days. He mentioned that high schools are a little more challenging to open than some of the other lower grades. He also promised to cancel $10,000 of student debt per student. A lot of people were asking for $50,000 of student debt, but he does not have the authority to ask for the $50,000. So he's looking to cancel $50,000 or $10,000 per student. Along with the March 15th stimulus. So remember, right now that's in the House. The House is hoping to vote on the stimulus bill either next Monday or Tuesday. In there, it's $1,400 per taxpayer plus dependent $1,400, regardless of age. So children over 17, and adult dependents of any age. The big question is, the opposition is wanting to bring down who gets those stimulus checks, who qualifies for them. So right now in the draft bill, we know that it's the same as the last 2 stimuluses, and that is $75,000 per individual and $150,000 married filing joint. That said, what has been modified in stimulus 3 is that it'll phase out totally for individual up to $100,000, and for married filing joint, it'll be totally phased out by $200,000. So those are limited a little more than they were before. However, opposition is still asking to bring down that individual payout to $40,000 or $50,000. So that is part of the discussion. Another part of the discussion is the $15 minimum wage in there. There's a lot of opposition to that. Remember that this bill is being proposed through the budget reconciliation, which just requires the to get through a House majority and through a Senate 50 a 50% majority. So there are 2 senators who may not vote for it. So he's still trying to encourage those 2 Democratic senators, let me be clear, to vote for this bill and help get it through the Budget Reconciliation Act. Federal unemployment is expiring by the end of March, and eviction ban expires at the end of March. Hence the reason President Biden said that he wants to sign this into law by March 14th. So the House votes on it next week. Once the House votes on it, it will go to the Senate, and then it'll go to the president. So the hope is that it passes through all 3 of those branches and gets signed by the 14th, because after that there'll be a spring recess, and then that will further delay it if that does not happen. So that is currently the hope. Biden yesterday extended mortgage relief on federally backed mortgages, so those that are provided through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. He extended the mortgage relief from a 12-month forbearance to a 15-month forbearance. So if you have a loan through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac and are having trouble making your payments, reach out and see if you can get that forbearance extended. It's noted that around 10 million Americans are still behind on their mortgage payments. A couple other items that came up and promises that were made is that Biden will look into an infrastructure plan, and most of this will be focused on rebuilding roads, highways, bridges, and also green energy. He also talked about an immigration reform bill, providing an 8-year pathway to citizenship for a lot of people already in the country, whether the Dreamers or undocumented citizens or undocumented workers in the country right now. Creating a new path forward to get them to citizenship. So that's all I really have on the stimulus bill, where we're at. So we're very hopeful that gets through the House next week. So we will see, and possibly on to the Senate. So I'll keep you posted on that. If you have any questions regarding the 3rd stimulus, please put them in the comments below, and I'll be sure to address those for you. Or feel free to reach out to me, direct message me directly, and I'll answer your questions as well. One of the things I wanted to remind you is please go out and check out my blog page. I'll put that in the comments as well. So please sign up for my blog to get my monthly newsletter. And thank you for joining me. I hope you find this helpful. Please remember to share. You can also go out onto my Health and Taxes YouTube channel and watch this, share, subscribe, and get notifications when I go live. But otherwise, you know that I'm here every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Next week, I'm going to be talking about single sole proprietorships and when to be a sole proprietorship and when to consider becoming an S Corp. Some of what the key provisions or benefits are from becoming an S Corp and when you want to be thinking about it. So small businesses that are currently, sole proprietorship, operating just on their Schedule C, who want to know when is the best time to convert to an S Corp, or if they should convert to an S Corp, please tune in next week and we will address that. So thanks for popping on tonight, and have a good night.